and it went weird sometimes, you know. And look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right?
Oh, we got there. Oh, it took a long time, a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of shirtless videos. Dr. Disrespect has not had a good 48 hours. They have been disrespectful to his ability to continue to be famous and protected by tons of weirdos on the internet, including Nickmercs. I want to actually kind of watch Nickmercs' response to all the shit that's been coming out to see if he's still on the Dr. Disrespect, you know, he said, she said, don't know if we can believe whether or not these stories are true kind of stuff. If you haven't been following the whole saga, he used to be one of, if not one of the biggest streamers in Twitch history, the face of Twitch, massive ambassador for the Twitch brand, professional Call of Duty player. You know, the tens of thousands of people watch him live every time he goes live, including yesterday where he was playing Elden Ring and got a bit of a bad update in the middle of him playing. No one knew why he left Twitch for the longest time. It was just one of those things where he had signed apparently an 8-figure contract deal with them for 2 years, and then all of a sudden both parties were like, we're just ending our current relationship with, you know, Dr. Disrespect, and hopefully he can go forward and continue to make content somewhere else on the internet. And you know what, before I read this new article, I do want to see what Nickmercs has said. Hold on. I'm curious.
What's going on today, man? Listen. All right, huddle up. We got a serious one today.
Okay.
Look, the Doc's taking a big break from streaming. There's been some crazy accusations. His gaming studio dropped him as a partner. There's a lot going on. People are piling into my channels, and they're asking me for my thoughts. So we decided to pack them all up, put them up here in front of you. And this is going to be the last time that I speak about this, unless if...
Oh, okay, sure. So, again, Nickmercs, the guy who was willing to say that, you know, LGBTQ plus supporters, parents, and students who are being attacked by far-right fascists, they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. Direct quote, that's what he said. To again, LGBTQ plus parents, allies, students who are being attacked by anti-LGBTQ plus protesters, he replied with, they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. So he cares a lot about the protection and safety of children. Surely, with everything that's come out, including Dr. Disrespect's own gaming company dropping him after doing their own investigation into the allegations and finding that, oh, they in fact have to terminate the relationship with Dr. Disrespect. Surely he's going to come out in front of this and say that, yes, I remain consistent in my messaging.
Other information comes out. I know this isn't a usual upload, but given the circumstances, we felt like it was a must. I'll see you guys in there, back on Elden Ring tomorrow, I promise. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. Peace and love, baby. Let me see. What are y'all saying about Doc? Say he's taking a break?
Oh, so instead of making a direct statement, you're just going to do a highlight reel of your live streams, responding to people being like, this is kind of fucked, right? Right, Nick? Because you really went hard after the queers. You really went angry on the gays, you know, kind of just labeled all of them as an inherent danger to children, which is really fucked up to do. But you care about this, right? This is like a core issue to you, apparently.
How we feeling, Doc? Says Roy. I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little fatigued. Feeling a little fatigued.
Oh, I don't want to spoil this. So he was playing Elden Ring, and he basically got the George Bush moment where, like, sir, a second text message has been uncovered and revealed, and we got to talk to you about this. If you don't know, he rage quit his, like, last Twitch stream ever. It was really weird and creepy. He basically was, like, either watching or playing Roblox, and just, like, this really long period of time goes by, totally dead silent, and then out of nowhere just starts cryptically being like, we're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. You know, life is weird, you know, but don't worry. We're going to get through this. I promise. Fuck. And then just cut. And that was the last broadcast ever. Like, never again did he stream on Twitch. It went off and kept making millions and millions of dollars on YouTube, and everyone was just kind of like, well, that was weird, but what could it be? You know, could it be that he had been, trying to find better contracts elsewhere? Was he shopping around? Did he perhaps, cheat on his wife again, and that somehow is related to the morals and ethics of Twitch? What could it be? You know, kind of thing. Well, something similar happened when he was playing Elden Ring yesterday. Decided, you know what, a lot of controversial stuff coming out about me right now. A lot of people saying some heavy things. I'm going to play through. I'm gonna play right through it. But as time went on, and eventually his own gaming company ended up dropping him while he was broadcasting live, you could tell once again this kind of like, yeah. Ooh. I mean, maybe the best advice would be to stop checking your phone while you're, trying to pretend that everything's okay. It's not the best look, but I want to save that separately. So I want to hear what Nickmercs had to say about all this.
It's what I need to do. See you soon.
Comfortable exit. It kind of looked like exactly what the he said, man. He's probably just over it. That's what it felt like to me. It's been a week, and I mean, he is Dr. Disrespect. Like, he leans into that shit so hard. So, I guess.
What do you mean? The guy who branded himself on disrespecting other people couldn't really tolerate the fact that no one respects him potentially being a child abuser? That thing? Yeah, it doesn't seem like anyone respects it.
That part of it could be kind of exhausting, I'm sure. But all the things he's been through, because, for a while there, he was banned from Twitch, and he's still banned, but people couldn't fucking play with him. He was on his own island, just doing his own thing for so long. I'm sure that probably took a toll. Going through court battles and shit, too, was...
Are you fucking serious? He went through the trouble of introducing this video like, okay, this is a really serious topic. I understand so many people are asking me about it. I decided, you know what, this is not what we normally upload to my channel, but given the severity of the accusations, we have to put it all out there. Here it is, my statement. And it's just him reacting to Dr. Disrespect being like, I'm kind of tired randomly for no reason at all. Yeah, I feel burnout, just exhausted. I think I want to go to Costa Rica. Yeah, just kind of just to take a break from all of it. It's exhausting. And being like, yeah, bro, totally get it. Yeah, I mean, fuck, people accusing him of all this shit. It was so sad for him. He had to play by himself in front of like 80,000 people on YouTube, and he was just like in his own little world, isolated away from all the other gamers.
I'm sure that's draining. A lot of you guys know about that, That sucks, man. It's not cool to see a homie fatigued and drained, but at the same time, imagine just a book with a bunch of pages. You got to just turn the page. Be somewhere else, Keep the focus on the shit that you need to focus on, If you can't break it all up in your head and you stay on it for too long, it could just drain the life out of you. So maybe he's just been, it's been kind of eating away at him a little bit, Picking away at him a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, no, everyone gets burnout. Of course, it's totally real. That's not what's happening here. He's both being accused and investigated in real time. The company that Dr. Disrespect founded heard the allegations that came out on Friday about Dr. Disrespect apparently was fired from Twitch for allegedly sexting and trying to meet up with a minor. They did an investigation of their own. They contacted the parties involved based on their own information that they uncovered. They immediately terminated their contract with him, which again looks really fucking bad. That's at which point that Nickmercs has decided to upload this video where, like, again, the same dude who's willing to say, yeah, well, I mean, LGBTQ plus people should stay away from little children. That's the real issue. Meanwhile, it's like, look at all the evidence that is piling up for your buddy, and it's like, bro, I get it. It's hard, fucking world's cruel. I mean, he got kicked out of Twitch, had to play video games by himself.
Against the doc. We assumed his innocence. They assumed it off the rip. But then they began speaking with parties involved. So who's that? Who's this?
We'll never be able to decipher the code that Midnight Society has put out here. What could they mean by parties involved? Which parties? What does involved mean?
In order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act. Okay? But what is this? I think this means that, wow, these facts are difficult to hear and even more difficult to accept. They're talking about, in my opinion, it seems like they're talking about the termination of Doc in this studio. Like, dropping him
the studio
is
he
difficult
founded
to hear. terminating Doc and going forward without him is difficult.
Oh my God, the fucking, child predator apologia that just flows instantaneously. I hope Nickmercs is a really strong example of right-wing conservatives who do not give two fucks about child abuse. They could care less about people who are potentially trying to abuse and meet up with and, groom minors in the case of what Dr. Disrespect is accused of. And yeah, that's pretty fucked up for the company that he founded to be like, hey, by the way, we had heard of the accusations, but obviously, out of our own due diligence, we wanted to look into it ourselves. We did, and we uncovered information that has required us to now terminate our contract with him, the very founder of this company, which, by the way, is a massive, massive decision for a company because, yeah, he is kind of the face of your brand. And to then be like, yes, Midnight Society, founded by Dr. Disrespect, condemns the actions of Dr. Disrespect.
To accept, right? What's strange is how the allegation up top, God, man, like, the more I hear about this, the more I just wish people would just come out and say what happened. Like, actually say it and prove it. I mean, if there's whispers of him doing this stuff.
But you don't afford that to entire marginalized communities. Again, you're just willing to be like, LGBTQ plus people, I mean, they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. Meanwhile, fucking, how do we know what this means? His innocence, speaking with parties. What is parties involved? Who are the parties involved? Dr. Disrespect abruptly ends Elden Ring DLC stream, says he's going on an extended vacation. Guy Dr. Disrespect BIM launched his first Elden Ring Shadow of the Eld Tree livestream on Monday into a glitzy intro and lots of theatrics. Just a few hours later, he decided to call it quits, however, saying he was burnt out on streaming and would be logging off indefinitely. The sudden shift recalled his last ever stream on Twitch before being preeminently banned, and came right after the video game studio he co-founded publicly cut ties with him after investigating recent allegations about his past conduct. When shit like this happens over the weekend, it's just like, how many times can he said 3 hours into the stream, like, I'm actually tired of being on social media, and I've expressed that over the years, champs. I've always kind of hinted like, oh, it'd be nice to log off and just go to Costa Rica or something. I'm just feeling burnt out, I think,
It's wanting. Let's just see what happens today. How are we feeling? And I'll tell you, I just, I don't know. I'm just feeling burnt out. Maybe it's time to start something new, something different. Challenge those creative senses, a desire to explore different realms, if you will.
So are you saying completely rebrand and try to distance yourself from the allegations of being a child predator? Because that's definitely what's coming across here.
But I think the first and foremost, though, is, I did have a sort of a planned vacation coming up. And I think I might just extend that starting today, starting now. One of these, let's take a step back.
Let's look it up. Costa Rica law. United States and Costa Rica extradition treaties. The United States and Costa Rica entered into an extradition treaty in 1982, which was approved by the Costa Rican legislature in 1991. The following is the extradition treaty between the U.S. and Costa Rica. The government of the United States of America and the government of the Republic of Costa Rica, desiring to provide for more effective cooperation between the two states in the repression of crime and desiring to conclude a new treaty for the reciprocal extradition of fugitives from justice, have agreed as follows. Obligation to extradite. The contradicting parties agree to extradite to each other, subject to provisions in this treaty. Persons found to be in the territory of one of the contracting parties who have been charged with or are being tried for or have been found guilty of an extraditable offense in the requesting state. So yeah, I don't think that would be the reason for going to Costa Rica. I think he'd still be pretty effectively extradited, right? If they do have an extradition treaty.
I mean, it is what it is. People get fatigued, right, champs? And to be honest, I don't know how long, I know where my vacacion, how long my vacation is, but maybe I extend that.
According to Hassan, Costa Rica, the age of consent is 15. That could be, that could be a reason why. That would actually make a lot more sense.
We'll see. We'll see. But I do appreciate you guys, champs. Right?
With the Elden Ring music in the background, that makes this all so much creepier too.
And look out for the socials. I'll keep you updated when we'll be back. But I definitely need to take a break from everything, you know?
Okay, well, first off, like, I don't know why, if you're like, holy shit, I can't deal with all of this. Like, now the accusations are piling up and it's looking pretty bad, really bad. You know, like, straight up, ex-employees who are at high levels of Twitch have come out to say the exact reason why, allegedly, I was fired from the Twitch platform, and it's for some really fucked up shit. I want to take a break. I'm just going to try and just walk away from all this and be out of the public spotlight. But you went and you did a brand new DLC live stream, which you knew would have a lot of people looking at you and watching. And I'm guessing at some point during this live stream is when the statement from his own company came out saying that we investigated you and we now have to terminate our contract with you and separate ourselves from you, the actual brand of the company. That's probably where he got to this point where it's like, you know what? Totally unrelated to everything that's coming out right now. All that shit. Totally unrelated, none of that. But like, just feeling kind of burnt out, you know, just feel like I could take a long break, just go somewhere for a while. Maybe do something new. Maybe like a total rebranding, completely different project. Yeah, that kind of separates me from all of this kind of stuff coming out right now.
A podcast, start a podcast? I think what I'm most interested in, and believe it or not, champs, because obviously when you're a top tier gamer like me, when your gaming skill set is just incredible, and you know you look like this, you know, why wouldn't you want to be in front of the camera all the time? But I'm kind of I'm exhausted in being in front of the camera. I'm exhausted being on socials. The industry's changed so much. Just so much different energy out there, negative energy and clashing, and from everything that we've experienced since we've started this whole journey together, you know what I mean, champs? And I'm just like, when I go outside, I just feel so much better. When I remove myself, I just feel, what the hell is this, you know? So that's all I'm gonna say. Keep playing, Doc. We don't care. The fuck? Okay.
What was that? His own fans are like, this is kind of melancholy and sad and scary, and I'd rather ignore what everyone is saying right now about you. Could you just get back to the video game and not kind of really make it appear as if this is really getting to you?
Grief Warden, thank you for the $25 donation. Big Bearded Scotsman, welcome. Payback, thank you for the 46 months. Champs, I'm going to call it right there. A little short one. We've accomplished some things, but I think more importantly, we need to step away.
So, spoiler alert, he didn't step away from social media. He, in fact, made a very large statement, which I will read, and has published that just as of, I believe, an hour ago. He just put it out there. He's edited it 3 times. He's a paying member of Twitter, so he can edit his posts. He's changed some pretty key parts of it, including removing the word minor. He took that out. I guess that one is a little yikesy to put out there. He's changed that, so he didn't completely step away. I don't know if this is the statement he wants to make, and then just be like, all right, so I'm out. Y'all, deal with this in your own time, but I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I think when I say step away, I'm gonna have to. Either have to relay this to the Midnight Society, but maybe I step away from there too. Just completely remove myself from the.
Well, they already removed you. I don't think you get to make that choice. Because, yeah, I'm sorry, sir. But, like, Midnight Society has dropped you at this point.
Scene. It's what I need to do. Right? Champs. Take all the time you need, says Layer Cake. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Give me back my dog! Okay. Don't be a pussy. God damn it. I'm telling you, it's fatigue. It's tired. It's wanting to just kind of...
Wild timing, though, isn't it? Like the same broadcast where you're like, oh, I'm just so burnt out and tired. It does happen to be in the midst of, you know, all of these massive bombshell revelations coming out about me, and the fact that my own company just did their own investigation into me and decided that there was enough evidence to justify dropping me from the very company I founded. But yeah, that coincidence. I'm just tired. You know, I've been planning to go to somewhere for a long time and just get away.
Move away from the limelight. Ultimately, that's what it's about. You know what I mean, champs? Damn, now what? I mean, shit, there's 50 million other streamers you can watch right now. It's getting old, yo. What's getting old? Get the break. Respect it, Doc. Okay, I appreciate that. It's getting old, you're not alone. That's not very nice. You don't like me? It's time to drive into the sunset, says Swervin. Oof, man, I like your style. It might be time to drive in the sunset, champs. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate all the commitments, the recommitments. Please, do me a favor. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll see you soon.
It's so cryptic and weird. How does he do this? Again, I don't understand the appeal at all, but clearly whatever he's doing, it's worked. He's made it like an empire for himself and has, again, there's probably 50,000, 60,000 people watching him live. He has monstrously huge audiences. Like he's bigger than Hassan, right? Like the guy is huge. So he's done very well for himself, but I don't get it. But he is in a class of his own for making these incredibly cryptic, strange, this one even has the Elden Ring music in the background, broadcasts where you're just kind of like, what the fuck is happening behind those glasses right now? You know, it's just so odd because he plays a character. First off, this is not who he is. And his character is both dealing with the reality of the human behind the character and the real life consequences of his incredibly fucked up actions, and having to deal with that while broadcasting in character, and at the same time pass the whole thing off as, oh, this has nothing to do with the accusations of me being a PDF file, me apparently sexting and trying to groom a minor, all that stuff, and maybe losing, again, a monstrously huge position, job, and contract as a result of that. None of that stuff. I burn out. It's just not the same as it used to be. You know, people are just so negative online. Says Dr.Disrespect. It's literally your brand. You are Dr. Disrespect. Being negative online is your entire fucking brand.
Yeah.
What? Again, so weird, so strange. So anyways, here's the triple edited new version of the statement. The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. This is the third edit of this post he's made, the third one. I've always been up in front and real with you guys on anything that I can be up front about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Oh. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I never want to jeopardize the culture we've carefully crafted. I didn't know it was mutual. They never said that. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but the reasons are outside of my control. I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now the two former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations. I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. I have the old version, by the way. The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is obviously not. They were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more, nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed, I never even met up with the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with which Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should never have entertained those conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should never have happened. I get it. I'm not perfect. I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. Now, with all that said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destructive zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone who truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things with those types of people. Fuck that. There's a different level of disgust that I fucking even hate hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said this all sooner. You guys have always shown me and my family love and support throughout all these years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the fucking best community in circles. If any of this made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know I have always been greatly appreciated. Trust me when I say this to all my haters that live and breathe on social media with zero life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement, but think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. But I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear? Yeah, fucking right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Dr.Disrespect is one of the top video game celebrities on social media, 4.7 million YouTube subscribers. He's worked with the San Francisco 49ers pro football team and has been a spokesman for Mountain Dew Soda. He was also banned 4 years ago by Amazon's Twitch for violating its community guidelines. The chat app Discord followed, removing him from its partnership program after a report from a trusted industry peer, according to a spokesperson who didn't identify the actual source. The reason for his banishment from Twitch was never given, but 3 people with knowledge of the matter said that he was removed because he exchanged sexually explicit messages with a minor through the service's direct chat feature. He also asked the minor about her plans at TwitchCon convention, according to 2 of the people who asked not to be identified discussing such a sensitive matter. A complaint was later filed with Twitch through the reporting system, the 2 said. The allegations were first posted to social media last week by a former Twitch employee, Cody Connors. His post has since gone viral. The Verge also reported on the reason for the removal, citing another source that didn't identify. In a post on Tuesday, he said, Dr.Disrespect, who is 42 years old, acknowledged engaging in conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate that led to his ban on Twitch. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual, he wrote. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by settlement. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. Yikes. His departure from Twitch and Discord and his reemergence on YouTube show social media companies continue to grapple with allegations of bad behavior by online stars who help generate them millions of dollars in revenue. Dr.Disrespect, who tracks 4.5 million fans of his Call of Duty gameplay and commentary on Twitch, posted in 2022 that he had settled a legal dispute with the service, adding that no party admits to any wrongdoing. And keep in mind, if you don't know, Dr.Disrespect has a history of incredibly creepy behavior, including getting banned from TwitchCon for filming segments in a bathroom. This is the same dude, so it's not as if this is just kind of like, well, it's totally out of the blue. These allegations of inappropriate behavior, he's not someone who's ever been known for that. He's someone who's just been, again, a complete professional, an incredible ambassador for both Call of Duty, Mountain Dew, Twitch gaming, all that kind of stuff, you know? After the ban, he relaunched his career on YouTube. Ryan Watt, the head of the YouTube gaming at the time, told Bloomberg that he didn't know the reason for Beam's ban on Twitch. YouTube was part of Alphabet. They didn't respond for requests for comment. Neither did the 49ers, which has made videos with him. PepsiCo, which makes Mountain Dew, said it hasn't worked with him in some time. Well, that's a comment. Would you like to comment on the fact that this guy may have been revealed to be someone who has engaged in being a child predator? Yes, our comment is we have not worked with him in a very long time. Meanwhile, the video game studio that he co-founded, Midnight Society, announced on Monday that it terminated its relationship with him immediately after speaking with the parties involved. On YouTube on Monday, he live-streamed the video game Elden Ring and ended his broadcast by saying he planned to, quote, step away.
Happens. I'm really bad about kind of doing a little ramble at the start of my videos. I realize I apologize. Basically, in case you missed it, ex-Twitch employee Cody Connors tweeted saying he got banned because got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at a TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text, case closed gang, with a follow-up tweet saying no one made the wrong decision, fuck him and his boys. This is a reference to Dr.Disrespect, who was banned from Twitch in 2020 very mysteriously. Let me give you a little bit of a recap. And to be clear, that ban, I saw some people who fully misunderstood this somehow. At one point, Dr.Disrespect was banned for a few days for streaming from a bathroom during TwitchCon, as in like walking into a bathroom while still streaming, which is obviously illegal and crazy. That was not the actual final ban. That was a temporary ban. The final ban, we never actually found out why. This article from Dexerto is about the original ban and says, Dr. Disrespect was the self-proclaimed face of Twitch before being unceremoniously removed from the site, even though he's one of the most followed streamers on the platform at that time. Portrayed by Guy Beam, the personality's over-the-top 80s action hero character, an unrivaled production value made him a hit with viewers. On June 26, which almost exactly 4 years ago, 2020, Dr. Disrespect's channel was removed from Twitch and reports claim the streamer had been permanently banned. This came just after the streamer signed a multi-year contract with Amazon-owned company in March 2020 to keep him on the site for the foreseeable future. And to be clear, Amazon lost a lot of money on this.
Apparently
Especially
it was an 8-figure
because
deal.
Doc still streams on a competing platform. More than 2 years later, the legal dispute between Doc and Twitch was resolved, with neither party accepting wrongdoing, which is very interesting. But yeah, a really weird part of this was that he tweeted saying, Twitch has not notified me on the specific reason behind their decision. Firm handshakes to all for the support during this difficult time. It really did feel like it came out of nowhere when it happened. Twitch did eventually send out a statement saying, as is our process, we take appropriate action when we have evidence that a streamer has acted in violation of our community guidelines or terms of service. These apply to all streamers regardless of status or prominence in the community, but they gave no other explanation. And there were a ton of streamers who came out saying things like, he's trying to figure out what happened, he doesn't know what happened, he's trying to talk to Twitch. Twitch also refund all of the subscriptions to Doc's channel and allegedly fully paid out his contract, or at least that's according to Doc himself. And then in some extra weirdness, this was his ended with him saying, I know it's tough, life's weird right now, we'll get through this okay, and fuck, before abruptly ending the
Yeah, we covered this yesterday. And by the way, if you don't already watch Shalana's channel, you should. She's awesome. There's not a lot of gaming channels that actually talk about all the exploitative, terrible practices of a lot of gaming companies, everything from Tencent all the way to Activision, stuff like that. Alana's channel does a really good job covering a lot of it. You should go check her out. She's awesome.
ways. Again, it adds up with Slasher saying, due to the importance and sensitivity, I've refrained from commenting on it, I don't feel comfortable. It adds up with...
So update, so in the third edit, he added the minor part back. So while Girders had the original edit, so his original post is here, where he said, were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? He edited it to say, with an individual back in 2017, but he since edited it back because I guess taking the minor part out is kind of like, woof, what are you trying to hide there?
With Doc saying there's a reason why we're suing the fuck out of him, okay? I don't know how else to put it. The amount of damages, and you just don't, which to me really adds up with it being about DMs. So the thing that I wanted to talk about, again, that I'm just adding perspective to of why this stuff happens, it's pretty simple, but I see these questions so often and these criticisms so often. So this is in response to Slash's I Didn't Lie. Someone here said, you allegedly knew about a terrible thing that happened involving a minor and you refused to say anything for years while he kept on streaming, potentially doing the same thing to others. This is not an uncommon rhetoric that I completely understand where it comes from when anything like this happens. There's also always a lot of, why are you only talking about it now? I've seen some rumors that theorize that the Twitch employee only came out about it now because most NDAs are 4 years. There are so many reasons why someone would suddenly come forward. It could be they heard that he had done something else, that they got frustrated with seeing somebody successful. They can just be like, they got too many questions and finally cracked because they got the 1,000th question about it. Like, there's so many reasons that somebody would try to hold something in for a really long time and then suddenly snap. It could...
Grums to the rescue. Grums. Midnight Society post. What parties did they speak to? There are none, except for Cody and Dr. Disrespect. That's just one guy's word versus the accused. This was not a mutual agreement. If it was, Dr. Disrespect would have been ready and led with a statement at the same time. This looks like a knee-jerk. The Midnight Society post does not seem like it was vetted by legal. That's a huge problem for them. How are these getting so many likes? Grums. How do people like, oh, Grums hath spoken. You know, he took time out of demanding that women's characters in video games have 25% more titty skin to say that he has some legal advice for everybody. Oh, no, but then he's back to the titty skin problem. It was a lot of fun. We both agree. Cody is in trouble. Cody's in so much trouble. Yeah, he's just, he's fucked. The key issue for me is, did Doc know it was a minor at the beginning or end of the conversation? That's the key issue for you. Oh, totally cool for him to sext his own fan base or people using the Twitch, you know, platform, his enormous position of power, if they're 18. If they're 18. But if he started and then midway through was like, wait, how old are you? And then they revealed that they were underage and he didn't stop. Okay, well then it's bad. At that point, right? But like, how would he have known until he knew? Is the question. And this also goes to the fact that like there is a real big danger with monstrously huge streamers also being monstrously huge predators. It is not a problem exclusive to Call of Duty gamers. It happens in the Smash Brothers community. It happens in the Minecraft community. It happens in every fucking gaming community where there can be horrifying people who want to be people who, you know, are predators on children, who utilize their positions of having massive fan bases to try and either sleep with their fans or go after and try to groom their underage fans. That if there are enough evidence already piling up that this is a massive problem and this guy is a danger to children, then absolutely all the corporations that seem completely fine branding alongside him should take a really close look at how dangerous this person is. And if you want to associate yourself with someone who could potentially in the future do this again. Doc has been editing this statement. He has deleted the word minor and then added it back again. The statement I screenshotted did not contain the word minor at the time of the capture. With the edits and lack of clarity, Dr. Disrespect's statement is doing more harm than good. Oh no, Grums. Have you believed in a false prophet? Are you melting down? Are you grumsing in real time? I don't know what's happening here.
Combination of things. It's never been confusing to me that somebody would suddenly choose to come forward about something. If you've ever held a secret and then eventually given in and finally told someone, you understand that. It's like a very normal human thing. But this part is the part that I wanted to talk about. That again is not uncommon and I understand where it comes from, but I have perspective on this. Again, very simple. It's not like I'm telling you anything revolutionary. I'm sure I'm gonna upset some people by even saying it. But the reality is if something like this happens and for some reason, everyone is very quiet about it. Somebody gets outed from a company, everyone is very quiet about it. It's because somebody else is being protected 100% of the time, or at least 100% of the time that this has happened at companies that I've worked at, which has happened twice. 2 people have been ousted. Nobody really gave all of the details. It was because other people were being protected. In this instance, if all of this is true, again, it is still alleged, it would be that they were desperately trying to protect whoever this minor is.
And that's really important too. Everyone needs to keep in mind every single one of the rabid fan bases and the FaZe Clan, Nickmercs people who are just like, where's your evidence? I want proof, all right? I want testimony. I want to see what they saw. I would like, why are people saying all this stuff and not? First off, they owe you shit. These companies, they don't owe you shit all. Random spectators on the internet who are unwilling to recognize the writing on the wall and still want to defend this creep ass. Well, okay, that's up to you. That's your choice. You can go do that. But the companies do not have to provide you with the reasoning behind their own decision making. And, you know, like Alana's pointing out, it's most likely to protect, in this case, the minor who was being groomed, allegedly, by Dr. Disrespect. And so everyone who's like, well, show us the receipts. Where's the evidence? Where's the blah, blah, blah? Like, you wouldn't be satisfied with that. We both know that. People could leak the entire logs, the sexting logs with, like, you know, the names blurred out. And they were like, why is the names blurred out? What do they got to hide? Why are they hiding that? If these are the real logs, why are they blurring out the names? I need to know who this person is. Why? So then you can all go harass them. So you can go accuse them of lying. So you can say, oh, but you're just trying to ruin Dr. Disrespect's reputation. That's what you're doing here. Yeah, Dr. Disrespect, he was just trying to meet up with you because he was trying to help you. He was like trying to uplift his younger fans and you know, meet them in person because he's a good guy. He's a stand-up guy. This was not inappropriate. I can't believe you would destroy a hero's reputation like this. All for what? For what? Well, the individual in question is being protected and they don't want that kind of exposure, and everyone demanding that kind of evidence to be delivered to you in a platter. It's honestly, that's gross as well. I mean, you can choose to just not believe it and leave it at that, right?
That whoever this person was had desperately asked them not to say anything, had said, please do not make this public because it will make someone's life living hell. Like, for all people pretend innocent until proven guilty. You can have all the proof in the world and share all the proof in the world. I've watched women on the internet do that. Like share DM screenshots, share tons and tons and tons of proof. And
like, if you want to see just disgusting as copium, look at the attempted kind of, community notes that are being spread on Dr. Disrespect's, like, criticism. Talking to minors is not illegal in the US. Twitch employees conspired against Dr. Disrespect. There was no sexting involved. Dr. Disrespect has not been charged or found guilty criminally. Innocent until proven guilty is the standard in the US.
And still, the whole rest of their lives will be, you destroyed this man's career, you were asking for it, look at this picture that you've posted, look at the way you dress, clearly you wanted that attention from this dude. Like, it can follow you around and haunt you forever. I do not want this to go public, so everyone goes, got it. You've been traumatized, something terrible has happened to you, you don't want this to blow up. So again, if this is true, the reason nobody spoke up about it is not in order to protect the perpetrator, who is probably a piece of shit and is probably now like spread through the whole industry, and most people probably already know who need to know or are in their lives. And the public knowing isn't necessarily going to stop that from happening anyway, is also part of it that always gets me. But really, it's just, the internet will find this person, the person who is the victim. They will fucking find them. And they will make their life forever a living hell. And so you go, got it. Everyone understands that. We will deal with this privately. Nobody needs to know about it. We will protect the person who has already dealt with the really traumatic, shitty thing and is probably like distraught over this whole situation, or like didn't want him to get banned, but didn't have a say in it and is terrified of this dude with his huge platform getting banned because of them. It's basically what this person here is saying. The libel stuff doesn't work, because for it to be libel, it has to be untrue. Like, I don't know about libel, but if the minor in question didn't want it out in the public, then it's not his place. And if he didn't have any hard, concrete evidence, he's open to severe legal issues. He literally respected the sensitivity in private for the alleged victim, which is a good journalistic practice, which
honestly, I think, like, especially now that his official statement has come out and, like, confirmed the whole thing, right? Like, again, let's pull up the statement here. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is no. Absolutely not. It was not sexual in nature. I was just DMing kids to talk about, you know, builds in Call of Duty and skins and shit like that, and you know, loot boxes. That's all we were talking about. You know, that it had nothing to do with all the other terrible accusations. Yes, I was DMing someone who was underage using the Twitch DMs Whispers console, which they would have had access to. And again, so he's admitted that he was DMing a minor. Now he's claiming that it was completely appropriate. It was totally appropriate for me to be. No, it's not. First off, it's simply not. You're a 42-year-old dude, all right? And you're now coming out saying, hey, by the way, I know a lot of people are really confused about this, but like, it wasn't inappropriate. I was just, you know, DMing a minor, and we were having conversations, and that's all there was to it. It was apparently inappropriate to such a degree that a major corporation was willing to not only lose one of the biggest faces of their brand, but potentially lose 8 figures in the process. That is a monstrously huge amount of money for you simply having a random conversation with some teenager, right? If it honestly was 100% innocent and you were just like, hey, how's it going, Dr. Disrespect? I'm a huge fan of your, you know, streams. I think you're cool. Oh, I'm so happy. That's awesome. I'm really, really happy you feel that way. And thank you so much for, you know, the praise. I hope you have a good life. And that was it. If that was it, they were willing to lose an 8-figure fucking contract that they just signed and risk you now going to competing other streaming service. Like, from their POV, it looks like a terrible business decision on every level. It's like, we don't know why they let him go, but he got paid, which means he's still getting the money he would have had he done the work for them for 2 years, and then got to then stream on a competing service, YouTube, for, I'm sure, millions and millions of dollars. So if anyone was winning there, it was Dr. Disrespect. Incredible. What a great payout for nothing. Why would a company do that? You must be asking yourself if you're actually doing any critical thinking on this entire topic. Because at that point, it's like, holy fuck, this is really, really bad. It must have been so bad that Twitch knew that it's in our better financial interest to drop this creep than have to deal with whatever other shit he may have done or is going to do or may do in the future. We don't know, but it's bad. It's that bad. They were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Why are you, how old was he at this point? 37, 38? Why are you a 38-year-old messaging like a 15-year-old and having conversations that lean on the inappropriate? Like on every level, what the fuck? Is that not enough for the Nickmercs of the world to be like gross? Or is this an acceptable standard of, oh, that's fine? Yeah, I mean, you know, who amongst us doesn't want to message one of our 15-year-old fans and just have a conversation that leans on the inappropriate, but doesn't cross that line, and nothing illegal? He didn't do anything illegal. No pictures were shared. So, and what is it? Admission of wrongdoing occurred. So, yeah. But, you know, the gays got to stay away from them kids. Oh, for sure. Yeah. All gays are a danger to children. Every single one of them. But no, I mean, if the guy, again, massive ass platform, millions and millions of followers, millions and millions of dollars being paid to him, huge corporate sponsors, if he wants to message his 15-year-old fans and lean on the inappropriate without ever crossing that line, then that's okay. It's totally fine.
Is when people come forward about stuff like this against somebody as big as Dr. Disrespect, they're going to be fucking eaten alive. And you are kidding yourself if you think even innocent until proven guilty applies. It doesn't.
Oh, we have an update. Nickmercs has finally broken. It's the final straw. Oh no, you lost your one fucking supporter. You're the final one.
Yo, checking in. I'm seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet, he basically confirms that, you know, he was texting an underage girl, and it went weird sometimes, you know, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right?
Oh, we got there. Oh, it took a long time, a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of shirtless videos, you know? We watched the one like 2 days ago that he was posting where it's just like, hey, you know, all these people in my replies, he, hims, they, thems, fucking pronouns, goddamn attack helicopters, you know, telling me to talk about this shit. Look, all I want to say is that, like, it's pretty fucked up, right? It's pretty fucked up that these big accusations are being labeled or like thrown at Dr. Disrespect with no evidence. No evidence to back it up. And I gotta say, that's pretty fucked up. And now some people are saying that I'm a hypocrite because of the leave the little children alone comments. Hey, I stand by that, all right? If something bad happened, you know, yeah, obviously. But until then, come on. We gotta wait till more evidence. Next day, or maybe 2 days later, it's like, hey, by the way, the very company that Dr. Disrespect has founded has done an investigation into this, and they have found enough evidence to support terminating the relationship with him. Even then, he releases another video where he's just like, look, and a lot of you guys are asking about it. It's a serious situation, so I just figured I would make this video, throw it all in here. We're going to make a whole compilation for you. And then, you know, my side of the story is out there. And it's just him watching Dr. Disrespect's Elden Ring stream, being like, yeah, I mean, that's heavy. I get it. You know, it's like, it's hard. The internet's, it's a cruel place. It doesn't respect people all the time. So, you know, I understand why he wants to take a break. You know, all these kind of wild accusations being thrown at him. What would you do? You know, what would you do? And now, the next day, when Dr. Disrespect is finally like, okay, so, yes, it's true. I was having DMs with a minor, someone who was underage, using Twitch Whispers. That did happen. And sure, it may have verged on the inappropriate. It got there. But nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. Nothing illegal. And I did meet up with them because I wasn't able to, because I was stopped before I could. But nothing. And so no admission of wrongdoing by either party. No one admitted to any wrongdoing anywhere. And so, you know, you do you.
There's no excuse for something like that. And I can't support it. Hang on, honey. Doing this, talking to Twitter. I can't support it. I can't defend it. And look, the boys and I are torn up over it too, man, because we played a lot of games with a guy and it feels a little weird, but what can you do, you know? So I just wanted to update you guys on my thoughts and how I'm feeling. And I mean, look, I hope you guys have a good day, all right?
Right? Found enough evidence to let him go from the company. Right? Not administrative leave,
Yeah, like, goddamn, where was this line of thought for most people yesterday? Okay, I'm glad that someone is able to vocalize exactly what everyone should have been thinking at the time, but everyone was still giving this dude, this massive ass creep, all of this fucking leeway, all of this grace. Why are you giving Dr. Disrespect all of this grace to be like, well, we don't really know, because it's unclear in their statement whether or not they actually meant that like something was proven. Again, this is like a he said, she said situation. We're not entirely sure if it's true. It's like, yeah, that's pretty major.
So, like, I mean, with what Ninja is saying, I don't think that a settlement indicates anything, really. I mean, it may be right, but, like, actually, that's not true. I think it indicates something.
I think that all of you should stop turning to people like Asmongold for your on-the-fly information and analysis of real-world events. I think unless you want to use it as this is probably the wrong take, if you need that, if you want like something to be able to gauge whether or not someone has a wrong take on something, sure, start with him and then be like, okay, so that's probably the wrong take, and now we can use that as a jump-off point to improve our understanding of the world, because he's most likely going to get it wrong. And obviously people like, you know, The Quartering have done a series of videos on this at this point that have gone from wild accusations to, oh my God, can you believe that this person who used to work at Twitch was actually using this as a way of marketing and selling concert tickets? Are they telling the truth? To quit streaming indefinitely after being fired from his own game studio.
Well, I just unlisted an old video that, because there's been a pretty major update, so now I'm back in studio to do a quick update. I want to emphasize this first and foremost.
Do you know why this is happening? Because every single one of you creeps is giving this dude, again, so much grace. The same motherfuckers who have empires where all they do is make videos all day about trans people being mass shooters, trans people being abusers, trans people being pedophiles, trans people being a danger to kids. That's all they do. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, my hero, Dr. Disrespect, apparently he's being accused of some things, but I don't know. Pretty big accusations, no evidence to back it up. We should probably wait until evidence is out. And then it's like, next day, it's like, okay, he did that shit. So I had to delist one of my videos because I was kind of just, you know, really defending a guy who's now come out and said that he, in fact, was DMing a minor. So he's come out and said that. So that's... it's not a great look. His own company did an investigation. They decided they had to drop him. That's not good either. Oof. Yeah. So maybe he did that shit.
Howdy, everybody. I just wanted to let you know that for the cost of a cup of coffee, you can unlock bonus uncensored episodes of Mind Explosions by going to patreon.com/the Serfs. Our videos couldn't exist without your support, and all our content is released early to our Patreon subscribers, as well as a ton of extra content you can't get anywhere else. Please like, subscribe, and thumbs up this channel, and if you're feeling extra perky, share it anywhere you think people would like to see or learn from our videos. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We first want to give a shout out to everyone who makes this show possible. This program is produced thanks to the generous support of our Patreon supporters: Anna Loves Riley, Arian McCarthy, Cheryl Alvarez, Comrade Junkie, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Hagbar Celine, Jimmy Sombrero, Multi Mondi, Omni, Peanut Butter Blondie, Political Poppy, Preston Kroll, Quiet 185, Richard Bomey, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Ruby, Cernicus, Stellar Gwyn, Sebastian Demmel, Travis McClinton, and Words Greenwood. As well as every other person you see on the screen right now, this show would not be possible without them. And if you want to join these wonderful people who make this entire program possible, simply go to patreon.com/the Serfs and you can unlock uncensored and bonus episodes and, you know, help us exist.